Hey Visionary, I'm Justin, and today we're going to be exploring some of the coolest features in iPadOS 14 alongside iOS 14. Let's go ahead and unlock these devices using Face ID and get started. First up, open Home. Look at that brand new Siri down there. It's gorgeous. Yes. And look at this brand new Home app. You're probably hearing a little bit of background noise. Let me go ahead and hit this magical button right here, and I hope it's much better for you. The AC, the left heater and fan was on, so that's connected through a Wemo plug, and I can turn it off. But I've got this brand new overview of everything that's on the home screen, and connected to my devices. Temperature, my doors, the lights. I can go ahead and turn off all lights if I wanted to. You can see stuff in the background there going. I can turn lights back on, and it's very, very cool. Implementing this brand new sidebar so you can see everything within iPadOS. It's kind of like when they're converging macOS. macOS, when you use it, Finder has a sidebar, but here we've got this brand new sidebar in iPadOS. It looks great. So those are just a few visual updates and neat features that they brought to HomeKit. Next up, we've got these incredible redesigned widgets. Now, first impression, you cannot, at least in developer beta 1 here, move widgets from the side on iPad over to the home screen. They just don't go. But if you wanted to move the weather widget here onto the home screen on iOS, it does go. So keep that in mind. These features that are on iOS are not always available across all platforms. So it'll be interesting to see if they let us drag widgets on to the home screen at some point in time on iPadOS. And the first thing you notice is the brand new home screen on the iPhone. Look at it, it's gorgeous. You can have apps, you can have widgets. You see here I have my exercise, activity, fitness widget there, along with the batteries for my left and right AirPods. You can see my phone's charging and my Apple Watch battery. Super useful information right there on the home screen. And I also have this page of widgets where I can see my screen time. So today so far I spent most of my time waiting for iOS 14 to download, 43 minutes this morning, and exploring all the settings. You can see my calendar at the very top, and over to the left you've got more widgets. Next up is the app library. So if you take a look here, if I go into jiggle mode and edit home screen, I used to have hundreds of apps all over my home screen. And right now, I only have 6. But I have over 150 apps installed on this phone. You know where they are? In the app library. Now, whenever you download an app from the App Store, it goes to the app library. And it categorizes it automatically for you. You can always search for the app right here, or anywhere just by pulling down. If you're in an app, such as Safari here, you can always scroll down and then go over and search for that app too. So super cool that if I don't want to see an app, I can send it over to the app library by removing and clicking add to library. So now day 1 is in my app library, and I can come here. I see day 1's right here. If I want it on the home screen, I just tap add to home screen and it's right back. So now you no longer have to scroll through hundreds of pages just to find the perfect app. I love this feature so much, and I can't wait until more widgets come out. There was one point, I believe in iOS 8 or iOS 9, where I put all my apps in folders and only used widgets. But now that widgets can live on your home screen, they're going to be way more useful. So App Library automatically organizes your app. So you can see you've got brand new typing bubbles, and it appears right under the mouth. So it's really cool. So typing bubbles in iOS 14 look great. I'm super excited to see in a group chat how it looks, because you'll be able to see everyone. They have their typing bubbles around all of their faces in a group chat. I don't have any app clips here with me, but once the SDK comes out, which it already is, once I download it, I can't wait to test it out and see how easy it is to oh, look what we have there, a quick call coming in. That was really cool. So now I can continue using my phone when a call comes in. I no longer have to ignore it immediately, which is great news. I can also just swipe up to end it. So no more. So now there's no more full screen immediately ending your call like it was in iOS 13 and previously. So Adam here says his favorite new features for iOS 14 is picture-in-picture, HomeKit facial recognition, and visual changes. Widgets, still on the fence. If I zoom in here, translate, inline replies, picture-in-picture, on-device dictation. That's exciting, on-device dictation. Same with translation, that rhymes. Maps, EV routing. I don't have an electric car yet, so we'll get there one day. Widgets on the home screen. I'd have to be honest to say app clips is my favorite. And then second, widgets, because not even widgets. Primarily my favorite is the app library. The fact that I don't have to stare at 7 home pages again. I had 10. I had over 100 apps. Every single page on my iPhone before iOS 14 was filled with something. Not anymore. I am a big fan of the new visual Siri. Siri just looks gorgeous in the Compact Siri UI. We've got guides, card keys, group photo, and messages. Group photo sounds cool. Taking a look at some iPad features here. Top hits and notes, live photo, playback stabilization, Chinese character recognition, AR video textures, redesigned photo picker, assign reminders to others. That's a big one. I've got 10% battery life on my AirPods, and it comes across both iPad and iPhone in iOS 14 as they're interconnected. Really neat. Another one of my favorite features and ways to interact with the iPad now is with Scribble. Especially as an abstract and futuristic Scribble artist, if I want to actually type settings by scribbling, I just write settings and we've got settings. If I want to do a tweet, I wrote this tweet just by text, and that is incredible. And when I say text, I mean by scribbling text and characters. I can come here and say, can scribble to erase because I didn't spell film correctly. And just like that, I sent to Scribble. Another cool feature I want to bring out today is the mirror front camera. If you go into your video settings on your iOS 14 device, you can have it take your selfies and mirror it automatically without manually swapping. This is what it looked like before, where you had to go into settings and change it. If you've enjoyed this video so far, be sure to check out my Buy Me a Coffee page. It really helps out and keeps the channel going and allows me to be a full-time creative. Going through my story, this is my Instagram. I was able to attend a virtual Dub meetup today. This is what my iOS 14 homepage looked like prior to the app library. I had apps all over the pages, but now all my apps are in the app library. I've got watchOS videos coming, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. I teach creative classes Monday through Friday at moxie.xyz/Justin. If you're interested, be sure to sign up. Anywhere from web design to abstract art to conference planning to procrastination and working out. moxie.xyz/Justin. Tomorrow I'm teaching an intro to WordPress web design class. Brand new feature called back tap. Double tap. Turns the lights off. Then I can turn them back on just with the double tap. Isn't that so cool? So this is my Instagram page. Be sure to follow me there too to keep up with my latest abstract and futuristic Scribble art, along with creative stories as I typically post daily. So I appreciate you for checking out my story here in this video on iOS 14 and iPadOS 14. If you liked what you saw, be sure to hit that like button. If you loved it, consider becoming a patron or buying me coffee. This ops link right here, ops.envisionwithjustin.com. Got all of my links from taking classes to buying me a coffee and to even becoming a patron. So really appreciate the support and the viewership, and I'll see you in the next video.